It's me, Renee. I'm back. So this following weekend, I was in London. Actually, yeah, can't have it with me without a cough. Yeah, well, yeah, I just spent the weekend in London. So yeah, that was a great experience. So this is gonna be my video about that. Mostly it's gonna be a haul, but I'm gonna be do some talking because I want to share my experience over there. So I went. I I left Norway on Tuesday. I'm always mixing up. Thursday, and I came back yesterday. So I was in London 4 days. So not too bad really. On Friday, I wanted to go to a bookstore. Obviously, well, kind of obviously anyway. Sorry. So I'd already googled Waterstones because I've been in London before, just a long time ago, and I remember Waterstones being the name of the bookstore chain or one of the big ones. Anyway, they probably have more than one. I would assume they have more than one. I'm not sure. We have more than one bookstore chain in Norway, but just saw Waterstones. Didn't see anyone else. It's a bit weird. Anyway, I had Google Waterstones, and I found that there was one in Piccadilly. It just said on Google Piccadilly Waterstones. I think it said Megastore, or I think it said like something big. I'm not sure if it did. Maybe I'm just imagining it now, like after the fact. But anyway, so I went there on Friday, and then just a small thing. Afterwards, I found out it's the biggest bookstore in Europe. So yeah, that's quite fun to have been there really. The biggest bookstore in the whole of Europe. Okay, so now you're thinking, the biggest bookstore in Europe, how big is it? Well, that one is actually 8 stores. Sorry, sorry, 8 stores. You're thinking like, what, how? Just need to say fifth when you go inside? Yeah, they seem to have this weird system where like, you went into the store, and then they had like, of course, they had this like had this overview over which floor had what content and stuff, like where you could find crime, where you could find historicals, children's, etc., etc. And there it said ground floor, and then it said first, second, third, fourth, and fifth. But then it also said B for basement. I'm thinking, am I? So it seems like in theory, they actually had. No, sorry. In theory, they actually had. In reality, they actually have 7 floors, not 5, as they claim to have, because it just said 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But they had the one where you went into the store, which was technically the first floor, I would say. And then they have one below, really. And yeah, so they had lots of floors. And it's not like one of those places, like sometimes you go to a bookstore and they might have 2 or 3 floors, but it's like a narrow store, so you don't have space for that much. No. Waterstones in Piccadilly, they have 7 full stores. Oh, sorry, okay. Maybe like 6 full stores. The basement had a cafe in it, in like half of the floor, and the other half was books. So that wasn't full of books. But the other 6 floors had all the books. So many books. Like you went up the stairs, and then they were full of books and bookshelves in both left and right. Right and left. I don't know. In both sides where you could look. And they had full shelves, lots and lots of shelves. They had exhibitions. They had lots of tables with books on them. They had all the words. This is annoying. They had so much. They had so much books. No, this is annoying. They had all the. No, I won't follow it. Anyway, they have lots and lots of books. And what I actually also love about this store is that usually, well, it's not obvious, but I've been on this planet for a long time. Well, no, what's a long time? I'm 27 years old, so I've been around, and I love books for all my life. So I've always more or less always wanted to go into bookstores when I'm visiting a place, when I'm just walking by. So like anytime I pass a bookstore, I need to go into it. I need to do it. So I've seen a lot of bookstores really. But honestly, this one, it's really one of the best. Because usually bookstores, I mean, there are some bookstores that are big that have lots of books, selection. That they have a big selection of books. A big selection of books. Let's just say a big selection of books. But this one really is the of the top of the. We're getting all the words. Piccadilly Waterstones has all the books. Okay, let's just say it like that. They have all the books. And it's not like they had one section where it says non-fiction and one section where it says fiction, one section where it says crime, which you find in a lot of bookstores, at least in my experience. And then you have a small section full of children's. No. You had, well, as I said, they had lots of floors, and they're all full stacked of books. There was no floor that was like empty. All the floors had lots and lots of books, big selection. But they also had all the sections. Yeah, sections. Let's just say section. So one place they had historical, one place they had romance, one place they had lots of cookbooks, they had lots of non-fiction, they had mysteries and thrillers, and yeah, just all the books. And they have in the basement floor they had travel guides, and they had one floor, I think it was fourth floor, where they had translated, so books not originally in English. So yeah, I had lots and lots and lots of books. So yeah, I spent I think maybe around 2 hours there. Ideally, and now you're thinking like, what? You're going on and on about this bookstore, and you said you just 1 hour there. Why weren't you there the whole day? Yeah, in typical me fashion, well, I hadn't been there before, so it took some time to find the store. Found some time. Yeah, it took us like maybe like 10 minutes, 15 minutes. And by the time I got to it, nature was calling, but I didn't want to listen to nature. But after a while, you kind of have to listen to nature. Luckily, they had a toilet in the basement, so I went there. But then I went there, like, ended up going there, like, just before you had to leave. I wasn't there alone, so I can't just do as I please, really. But I'm definitely going back. Definitely. And still, I spent the 1 or 2 hours there, and I would say still it's a very fruitful and valuable and effective and good time there, really. Great visit. And yeah, I ended up buying a lot of books. I had planned to go there and buy some books, and then maybe buy some books in Forbidden Planet, the science fiction and fantasy bookstore they have in the UK. I ended up buying so many books in this one bookstore that I couldn't really buy any more books afterwards because I was more or less broke. But hey, hey. Oh, now I forgot I was supposed to do my thing here. Yeah, doesn't matter that much. So, let's just show you the books. Yeah, I can just do part of the thing. So, what would be the logical way to spend your money in this bookstore? Would it be A, to find only the cheapest books? B, to find only the books that are British authors that are signed? Or C, maybe just do both of those and maybe find one or two books? Yeah, that's the most logic. Did I do that? No, I didn't. And yeah, I would also have what I would also have been smarter to like check out reviews for books before I bought them. But I was a bit lazy, and also it's happened before. Actually, a lot of times when I've checked out books and I've looked at books in stores and online, I thought you look interesting. But then I check out like reviews on Goodreads and different places, and the book gets lots of good rave reviews, and I think, well, then the book has to be good. I buy it, and I end up hating it or being disappointed in it. So just because a book has good reviews does not mean it'll be something for me. But yeah, well, I was in London, so you're not every day in London. At least I'm not every day in London. And it was such a good, nice bookstore. And like when I'm going to go back to London, well, I was about to say never. I'm going back, but I'm not going back. Like each week or something. So, well, when in London, enjoy it. Right, right, right. Okay. So now I'm gonna show you the books. Okay. So this is this book these books. They're a mix of books that I heard about and some books I haven't heard about. Some books are newer and some are older. So you know that. The first one is Becoming Jin by Laurie Goldstein. And as you might imagine, it's about genie and wishes and wish granting. So that's quite exciting. And I think it's also high fantasy. Yeah, it's high fantasy. And it has lots of good reviews at the back. And I've had my eye on this for a while. And I thought, so now I thought, you know what? I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you. I love this cover. It's so purple and like it gives me all the good ideas about this book and impression, and I really like this bracelet, and yeah, it's really really cool. Yay! Then, oopsie, we have One Italian Summer by Caris Staten. This is a book I haven't heard of actually, but it looked fun and cute. It's been blurred by Rainbow Rowell, and also Sophie Bennett. Well, not really that into her, but yeah. It's about. Oh yeah, actually, sorry, I said I haven't heard of it. I haven't heard of it. I actually have, but just like slightly. It's not been high on my radar. It's been on my radar. I have lots of books on my radar. Okay, I can't remember all the books I'm needing to get my hands on because that list is huge. I can't remember all the books by heart. Really, that will be impossible. But big stuff to do that. Impossible. Yeah. But anyway, this is a book about a summer in Italy. Well, one summer in Italy. It's kind of obvious from the title. It's a book centered around sisters, and their mom died, and they're going to. Uh, no, the dad died, and they're going to Rome to spend time together. And yeah, so this seems to be both fun but also heartbreaking and heartwarming and emotional. So this one, can't wait to get to. And then, why did this end up in my, I don't know, in my lap? Anyway, Tell Me Again How I Should Feel by Sara Farisal. It's a book, I think, yeah, actually I haven't really heard about much at all. Maybe, if anything, about it. But it's a lesbian romance, contemporary. It's set in the US, and it's Iranian people, Iranian Americans. So yeah, funny, heartwarming, and Vice. Just circus reviews say. So yeah, really, and it's not big, so it's gonna be fun to get to. And it's not also kind of cute. It's not that long either. It's like so short, cute book. That's quite fun. Lots of paperbacks are like longer. I mean, this is like a normal paperback, and then you have this one, which is a bit shorter inside. But yeah, so that's cool. And then we have All the Fields by Danica Stone. I haven't actually heard about this one before. It's a fan book, so all my kryptonites had to have it. It's set around college freshman year in life, and about a girl who wants to get a character back to life because the author or the movie people killed someone in a movie, and she wants to start a petition to get him back. And then chaos ensues. It looks very fun. All is fair in love and fandom, it says. And yeah. And then we have Lobsters by Tom Allen and Lucy Iverson, I Iverson. Tom Allen I read before. I read his other book, Never Evers. Yeah, Never Evers, and one of his Freshers. Yeah, and Freshers. I've enjoyed both of them. So I thought another Tom Allen book. I want to get to it. Tom Allen. Sorry. Tom Allen is actually a British author, British male author. So the men who are British male authors, well, they are, but like in YA. So that's kind of fun. And this is a love story, as you can see. Well, you can see it. I was about to say, as you can see, but you probably can't read it. It says a socially awkward love story. So yeah. And yeah, I'm just gonna leave it at that. Really, can't wait to get on to this one. Then we have Juliet Takes a Breath by Gabi Rivera. It's a book that everyone and the mom has heard about. Well, I know maybe not and the mom, but a lot of people have heard about. Came up last year, 2 years ago, something like that. It's a book about a lesbian Latinx person, Latinx girl. But it's not about her love life. It's more about her identity and how she's met with prejudice. She's met with racism and preconceptions. Preconceptions is kind of easier. Prejudice is just prejudice. It's not that easy to say, really, or spell, really. But yeah, can't wait to get this one. And then we have The Marked Girl by Lindsay Klingele. As you might think this looks familiar. Well, this is probably why. Christine from Pull and Banana Books did the book trailer for this book a few years ago. She was part of the book trailer. I think there were other booktubers as well, but at least she was. And ever since I saw the book trailer, I thought, oh, that looks like a good book. And you see this cover looks very cool as well, I think at least. I think it's a portal fantasy. It's a fantasy anyway. 2 worlds, 2 destinies, one quest. Such a good tagline. Can't wait to get this one. Next up we have Invisibility by Andrew Kramer and David Leviathan. So this is actually a book I've already read. It's one of my favorite books. It's so good. But the other times I read it, I've just borrowed from the library. I've read it, I think, maybe 2 times now, maybe 3 times. Not sure. At least 2 times anyway. But I love it so much that I thought, you know what? I found it in a bookstore. I'm gonna own you, so I can just hug you, and I don't have to see if you're in the library. I can just look at you whenever I want to, and I can use you in videos, and I just yeah. Side note: this book was actually optioned years ago. Has Hollywood done anything? No. Boo, Hollywood! Boo! Make this do the next big thing. Please have some sense. It's not like it's high fantasy. There's fantasy in it, yeah, but it's not high fantasy. It's set in contemporary New York. So you wouldn't need that much CGI. At least not in my head. Maybe I'm just underthinking stuff. I'm thinking this shouldn't be that hard to complete, really. Hollywood, please, act together! Sorry. Let's stop with yelling. No. Favorite books, you just get a bit passionate, don't you? At least I do. And then we have Lily and the Rockets by Rebecca Stevens. It's another book by a British author. Pretty sure she's British anyway. I don't really care. She's something. She's from somewhere. I'll say what she is, and then you will do. It's a historical fiction about some girls during World War One, when they work in a factory and they start a football team, and then they're having a nice time in their jobs, they're having a nice time in the football field, but then peace comes, and all the men just want their job back, and they can't still play football because, war war. It's at a time where like stuff that wouldn't normally accepted are accepted. But when it's peace, well, then dumb girls will have to go back to the kitchen, won't they? And then they can't do anything else except making food. Which, stupidness! Not good at all. And it's got a very great cover, isn't it? Illustrated cover. I'm really liking it. And yeah. Please, a moment. I'll do it like that. All the books. And then we have Diary of a Confused Feminist by Kate Weston. It's a new book. I actually got this half price. Pretty sure. Yeah, I got this one half price. So I've got some books on sale. I wasn't totally stupid. But yeah. It's a British author book about feminists. It's the debut book of a normal stand-up comedian. I didn't know she was, so now I'll have to Google her. It's her first book, and it's been described as utterly hilarious and boldly honest. Cat's Diary will make you laugh your face off. You're welcome. And I need that. I love books that make me laugh my face off. I just love that. I live for that. Just do a bit more on the back, really. Ways that I, Kat Evans, am going to do good feminism. I will make the switch to a menstrual cup, henceforthly becoming a model, eco-friendly feminist. I will stop obsessing about hot Josh. I do not need a man to complete me, even if he is as hot Josh. I will not accidentally throw my menstrual cup at hot Josh. I mean, it seems just so funny and relatable. Just all the goodness. Probably might get to this in March because it's of March, International Women's Day. But maybe not. But yeah, this one is so good. Oh, I'm thinking it's going so good, so good. And I actually saw after I bought it that it's actually on like the charting on book list in the UK. So it's like one of the most sold books. So that probably means that it's beloved and very good. Oh, I was about to say, like, there aren't books that are bestsellers that are not good. Well, there are, but a lot of them are good in some ways, anyway. And then we go. Now it's just a few more books. And then we have Freedom Maze by Julia Sherman. I hadn't heard of this one, but it's a book about time traveling. So you know me, my kryptonite, time traveling, fandoms, and SF humor stuff. I like that video in the doobly-doo, and you can see what my kryptonite is really for books. And this is a novel about slavery, survival, and many paths to freedom. So it seems a bit heavy, but it's fun and it just looks intriguing. So yeah, I bought it. And then we have Contender, The Chosen by Taran Mafar, signed by the author. A bit of story time. Usually, I don't really like to buy signed books because I have this idea that, like, if I have a book, I want to know the history behind the signing. I want to, like, for example, if my cousin's neighbor's best friend went to a book signing of a book I like, and then I just got like the offer signature, but nothing else, it would be like cool. But I didn't go there, so I'll just kind of be more jealous than happy. But like this one, I found it was like pre-signed; it's not personally signed, and I thought, you know what, I kind of want this one signed. And it was just there signed. So yeah, it was kind of weird. It says signed by the author. Are books usually signed by non-authors? Do usually the agents sign books? Do the book reviewers sign books? I don't think so. So why does it say signed by the author? It's kind of weird. Kind of weird. But anyway, yeah, I have this one now. So now I actually have a small book of signed books. Actually, small selection of signed books. I have one book that I actually got signed myself, like I went to signing, and then I have two books like this where I bought them signed. Well, I didn't know, so it was like surprise. So that was cool. And yeah, and then we in Norwegian we say like we often, even though I'm talking about myself. I'm not talking about like other people than me. I suppose it's because we have a royal family. Maybe it's more because we. I'm a bit crazy. I don't know. It's how I do it sometimes. And so I bought so many books. I got this free sampler featuring Holly Bourne, Maggie Harcourt, Will Hill, Linne Ingemundsen, Matt Killin, L.A. Weatherly, S.M. Willison, Fadira Abike Idumida, William Hussey, and Namina Forna. Some of these are debut books, debut authors, as you might, introducing, obviously, and some are established or already known authors. So yeah, that's cool. And I was about to say stuff, but I actually have one more. Not relevant because it's not a book I bought in a bookstore, but I got it this weekend, and this is my challenge, so I can decide myself. So I'm gonna show you. Okay, yeah. First, little story time. So this weekend, while in London, I met a friend of mine that I made in Chile. Yeah, in 2009, I lived 1 year in Chile, Santiago. Aprendí español y comí muchos churros en ese año y todo. And yeah, since then I've had I have contact with her because she's just such a great friend of mine, really now. And yeah, so she's been traveling around Europe for these last few weeks. And we met in London. Now she's in Madrid. And she asked me like, "Do you want something from Chile?" Because she's coming from Chile. So like, should you bring something from Chile? And I'm like, not sure. And then I remembered, well, I love jigsaw puzzles. Do you have a jigsaw puzzles with like picture of Chile? That would be cool. And I got this one, a picture of a church in Chile. So that's quite fun. It's also quite kind of fun how it's so small, the box. Jigsaw puzzles in Norway are usually bigger. Like even this one has 300 pieces, as you can see now. But even like the 300 pieces are like huge. The boxes are bigger. This one's a small box, but hey, it's more practical. I don't mind that. I also got this necklace from her. She bought it in Italy, outside Venice. So yeah, she's got so nice ornaments. I just had to fix some stuff. So yeah, that's all the books I got. And yeah, let's do a little more talk about London. After I went to that bookstore, I did go to Forbidden Planet, the science fiction and fantasy bookstore in UK. Well, bookstore. They also have comics. They have Funko Pops. They have fantasy merch. They have Legos, like all the stuff really. So it's not just books. So I suppose it's more like a fandom store than like a bookstore. But we have a lot of books. They had two floors in that store. I went to that one 2 times. But honestly, I kind of like the one equivalent in Norway better, because no one in Norway better has like, I wouldn't say they have a better selection of books and stuff, and just products in general. Like the books they had in Forbidden Planet were good. They had lots and lots of books and like a more or less a full floor of books. But the merchandise wasn't that interesting. I felt mostly it was like geared towards like young kids. So that was kind of like, hey, look at me. I want some merch as well. Okay, please, please. But yeah, that's that really. So yeah, I went that one on Friday as well. Didn't buy anything as you saw. I just saw. I saw some books that I thought like, oh, I want you. But no, you can't buy all the books in the world. So but it was just so fun to just walk around and look at it really, and look at it. I would say just being there was very very fun. So yeah. Then on Saturday we went to the British Museum. It was quite fun. It's a huge museum though, so there's a lot of walking in it, and I enjoyed it. But I kind of felt like I think like a British museum, I think it would kind of need more days to properly use, properly visit. We just went there like 2 or 3 hours, so I felt in a way it's maybe too short of a time period, time there really. But like on Saturday evening, I was going to a musical with my friend, with a friend and her family, because her family was traveling with her. So we didn't have all that much time to go to, like we couldn't spend all day in the British Museum. So we spent half day there, so it's not still a lot of time. Then we went to lunch, and then we went to the musical, and then we went to dinner. So that's that day. And then I'm thinking, what musical did you see, Renee? I'm gonna tell you. I saw Prince of Egypt. Yeah, that one is a musical. It's just started in 2016 in the States, and it just came to London this year. I think it just started in February, like it started last week or something. Pretty sure it's pretty new. Not completely sure when it started. I'll, I'll give details in the blue, but it's pretty new. It was very well done. It's been a long time since I've seen a movie, but I saw it lots of times as a kid, and it was like, that's become a musical. Cool. Yeah, we'll see that one. But yeah, since it's been so long since I've seen a movie, I didn't remember that much. I remember some stuff, but like lots of stuff, like oh yeah, this stuff. Like I saw stuff in the musical, and I thought, oh yeah, I remember this one. Like I didn't remember it before I saw it. Like oh yeah, this. So that was quite fun, really. The music in it was very good. They had some songs that was like they were obvious, that were old from the movie, like Godspell, I think it's called Godspell, maybe mixing up, and Deliver Us were both in it, and they were done so well. Well, as I love musicals, I think at least, they had like a break in the middle, and before the first part, I started crying because it was so touching and emotional. Like, oh my god, you're so good! I just started crying. It's just so effective, so good. And after the first break, I didn't cry that much, but it was still good. So I'm not sure why I didn't cry afterwards. Maybe I just became a robot. I don't know. They changed some bits from the movie, so if you go to see it, don't expect the movie. Expect some changes. Though, as I said, don't remember everything that's changed, but I remember like, oh yeah, that's not how it is in the movie. That's not how it is in the movie. So I noticed some differences. I did, but there weren't like huge differences. Like the main plot was similar. It was, and and the guy that plays Moses, well, the guy that plays Ramses as well. Hoo-hoo! So hot, so hot. It's a new star of my daydreams. Yeah, yeah, he is. I'll link his name or write his name in doobly. You should definitely check him out and just look at pictures of him. And also, because this musical is set mostly in Egypt, uh, the beginning of the musical, yeah, well, and in the beginning of the musical, he went a lot around shirtless or more or less shirtless. So that was quite a pleasure. Quite a pleasure. So that's very nice. Yeah. So it was a very nice experience, really. I just, in general, I really love going to a theater. Like if it's a theater like a drama, or if it's a play, or if it's musical, or if it's stand up, or if it's something in between. I just always love going to a place where you're sitting and watching a stage, because seeing stuff like real life, or like that's happening right in front of you, is a totally different experience than seeing something on YouTube, or seeing something at home, or even seeing something in the movies. Well, the movies, it's kind of next best, but like, yeah, going to a theater is such a great experience. I just love it anyway, really, and no matter what. And yeah, then on Sunday we went doing like tourist stuff. We went to Big Ben. I was kind of let down, really, because they were repairing it, so you didn't really look like Big Ben. I would say you didn't see the redness of it and stuff. So yeah, we went to Buckingham Palace. We went to Hyde Park. We went to Kensington Palace. Kensington Park. We saw the Peter Pan statue. We saw the Diana Memorial. We went to Notting Hill, and we found the traveling bookstore from Notting Hill, which is actually there. And they have like the sign from the movie is there. It says the traveling bookstore. No, it says the travel bookstore. But inside it's just souvenirs. So that's kind of let down. Like, I'm thinking, like, oh, there you missed a big opportunity. You really should, like, make a deal with Waterstones or have someone actually have a travel bookstore there. I think that would be very smart. Very good marketing, really. Because that would just be awesome. People would just like, oh yeah, just like in the movie. Yeah, it looked like in the movie, but inside it was just cheap souvenirs. It's not that interesting, really. And yeah, after that we had like walked for like 7 hours, so long time. So after that we just kind of said our goodbyes and went our different ways. Me and my family went to dinner, and my friend and her family, I think they just kind of went to sleep because they were very, very tired, as you would be. And I suppose for them it's very different also because a lot of them, like her parents, don't speak English, so it's probably a lot very difficult to try to understand or to have all this language around you you don't understand at all. It's so gibberish and yeah. So yeah, and then on Monday I went to the Disney store. There's a Disney store in Oxford Street. So I checked out on the map, of course, like where it is. I took some underground to Oxford Circus. Turns out the Disney store is much closer to Bond Street Underground. So I could have just stopped in Bond Street Underground station. So yeah, hey, how was I to know? How was I to know that? Suppose maybe I could have Googled better. I'm not sure. Anyway, so I went to the Disney store. I went to just like see because Disney, it's so good. I have several Disney videos from my earlier time here. I will link them in the doobly. Self promotion, why not? But I also went there because a friend of mine is celebrating his birthday this weekend, and I thought he loves Disney. I can see if I find something here. And well, also on like the top of the cake is like there's no Disney stores in Norway for some reason. For some reason, there's actually like some rule that for some stores that you have to have like a certain amount of people living in a place for it to like exist there. So for example, McDonald's wasn't in my childhood home because my childhood home was too small. And yeah, there's no Disney store actually in Norway at all. So I suppose you have to have like 10 million people to be important or something. Norway just turned like 6 million inhabitants like last year. So, well, but we passed 5 million a few years ago. So we're closer to 6 million anyway. Closing up to 6 million anyway. So yeah. So yeah, I kind of want to go and check the Disney store out. So a Disney store in London. It has 3 floors. 2 floors like solely Disney, and one floor with Marvel and Star Wars. Yeah, Marvel and Star Wars effects. Honestly, even though it was 3 floors, I was not impressed. Was it because they had more or less no clothes for adults? Yeah, that might be part of it. Was it because they had a lot of teddy bears? Mostly that really seems like anyway. Might be part of it. Or was it because they had no merchandise for Atlantis or Treasure Planet? Yeah, that's probably part of it as well. So that's kind of sad, really. I did end up buying something for my friend, and I also ended up buying. You know what? Wait. I bought this drinking bottle for myself. So it says love, LOVE, and kindness, and it has a picture of Minnie. And I thought, you know what? This one looks pretty nice. And I've been searching for a bottle like this one, so I can like reuse and be environmental friendly. Yeah, how friendly this one is, I'm not sure. But I'm thinking it's more friendly-ish than just buying new bottles, plastic bottles all the time. So yeah, I have this one now. So yeah, that was my weekend in London. I had a great time. It was just so nice. Was there anything I felt like I didn't get to? Yeah. I had planned to go to Gayster World. Well, could have been there as well. Gayster World, which is a LGBTQ plus bookstore in London. It's a sell only queer books, both fiction and non-fiction. Yeah, I think both fiction and non-fiction. I heard about it from Rowan, Ellis, and other people, and Lena Norms as well. Think both of them is at least Rowan Ellis talked about it. Link here in doobly-doo. It's a great channel. But yeah, time just kind of flew away. I didn't get to go to Oxfam. Well, I went to one Oxfam. I didn't really find that much there. I kind of wanted some new clothes. Well, let's say I didn't get one. I got one pair of shoes and one jacket. So I did get some new clothes, though I didn't like find out like cool new clothes. Like I kind of wanted like finding like this. I found actually on Etsy a few years ago. So I kind of hoped I would find this one, like a sort of book related item someplace, like maybe a flea market or something. I didn't, but oh well, that's that. So that has been my update on my weekend in London. No, sorry, my weekend in heaven. Because actually, yeah, it was heaven. So nice. I loved it so much. London, definitely a favorite city of mine. Definitely. So yeah, this is me saying your name out.